It's Top and Bottom Talk, listening party edition. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to me? More importantly, what does it mean to you? That means we're going over the top 15 albums of the year. The year is 1997. It also means we're going to go over, and I'm going to change it up a little bit because some of these categories are a little blah. I just don't care, and I don't think anyone cares. And who cares? Also, if anyone wants to think about me as a hero, now would be a good time. I should be taking a nap. We went on a long walk, ate breakfast, took a shower, clothes are in the wash, meals are being prepped, and I should be napping, but I'm not. I'm here. Grinding. Just grinding. Reminds me of a Jim Gaffigan joke. Back when he was funny. And he had this joke where he's like a coach for, I think it's like a basketball team or something. And he's talking to the team. He's like, I could be at the hospital with my wife, but I'm not. I'm here with you guys because I want to win. And he's like, she'll have other kids. Anyway, I always found it funny. Back when he was funny and not just like, I don't even know what he's become now. Anywho, let's crank it. And yeah, I got to work on better phrasing. All right, number 15. Oh, I'm already going to just take it on the chin with this one. Number 15, bring on the naysayers, but I will battle anyone. I'll say it one more time. Number 15 is, we're doing top 15 albums, 97. I've got Sarah McLachlan and the album Surfacing. I have joked about it, I think on the internet, in person, maybe on a podcast. I would have probably loved the Lilith Fair, and honestly, I think they should bring it back. Growing up, I was in my, give me something to break stage of life, and I would not have appreciated it back then, but now I'm like, dude, bring on the chicks and the guitars. Let's just have a good time. All right. Top songs from this album, I've got Building a Mystery. This is just all hits. Building a Mystery, Song I Love You, Sweet Surrender. I think it's Adia. Do What You Have to Do, and Angel, otherwise known as the Puppy Song. This album is just good. It just is. It's, if you don't know who she is a woman. I don't even know, what is her music? I don't know, like guitarish, piano stuff. But it's just really, this album's just really, really good. I feel like she probably takes a lot of crap from certain communities. I don't know who that would be. The Puppy Song. The way you see all those commercials with sad puppies is kind of, I don't know what she got paid for that to happen, but I think it might have derailed her career a little bit. Anyway, huge fan of this album. Number 14, in the opposite direction, we've got Murder City Devils with their self-titled album. And I think this might have been on my top 100. I've got Dance Hall Music as an awesome song. It's in my heart. I can already hear that. Because it's in my heart. Oh, on Sarah McLachlan, I think Adia had a cool video. Cannot confirm it at the moment, but I just remember Adia, do you believe it? Hearing Cartman do a cover of that entire album would be awesome. Hey, maybe it's a job for AI. Oh, that would be awesome. Maybe I can do that. Okay. I will table that for later. I'm so much yawning. Maybe I should have taken that nap. Boom Swagger Boom is a song on that album, which is a lot of fun. And then Sick of Dreaming, which is kind of inspirational in a way. I think it's basically saying, I'm sick of dreaming, having all these daydreams. I want the thing to actually happen. Yeah, how about that? Suck on that, David Goggins. That's kind of like a David Goggins thing, actually. So, all right, number 13. This recently just came back into my life because I think his music was off Spotify for a long time. but it's Rollins' band, Come In and Burn. Okay, we're definitely averaging 1 yawn per album. I listed the songs. They're kind of all this, like, Shame, Starve, All I Want, I think was a single, The End of Something, On My Way to the Cage. I don't know, there's no point in saying. He does repeat the titles quite a bit, which I've said in previous pods I'm a huge fan of. Rollins, I was talking to my friends Jeannie and Derek recently. I think we're talking about, like, if we could do any stage, like, how would we perform music if we were, like, a lead singer or whatever, and Rollins was up there for me. He's got a performance on SNL that was awesome. Dude is just, like, he just has a menacing presence. I also saw him with a friend of mine do his spoken word tour, where he kind of shows, like, all these photographs of places he's been, and he has these really interesting stories, and he's just, honestly, like, just seems like an awesome dude. I'm a huge fan of his. Really smart guy. He's done some acting. He had maybe a talk show? I don't know. He had something on HBO for a while. Just a really, like, man of many hats. All right, number 12. Oh, this one is fun. This one has been getting some play from me. So it's Prodigy, and the album is The Fat of the Land. This one, oh my God. Let's see, this is 97. I was 15. Wow, I was 15, and I was starting to rebel, I guess. First song on this track, Smack My Bitch Up. Literally, you could not have given me a better song title. At 15. Breathe is probably their biggest single. Breathe with me. Diesel Power, funky shit. It sounds like the Beastie Boys, or I think it's a Beastie Boys sample in there. Serial Thriller, Firestarter, and then Fuel My Fire is an awesome workout song. Firestarter, I recently showed this video to Pam, and she became very concerned about my mental health. My friend Greg has seen this band, I think, at least twice live, and I just emailed him recently because I know he's a big Prodigy fan, and I've been seeing Prodigy, like, thrown onto my Instagram reels, or actually I don't do reels, but, like, just recommended videos for me to watch, and I watch them every time. It's just a captivating band to watch. Just seems like, I don't know, just like a circus up there. And, like, the album before this, I wasn't really into. Whatever came after it, not really a fan. This was the one for them. All right, number 11, band is The Verve. Album is Urban Hymns. It is known for the song Bittersweet Symphony, but it's so much more than that. This is Richard Ashcroft, and the whole album is just really, really good, except, like, the last song, I think. It's like 15 minutes. I wish bands wouldn't do this because it's hard to put on a mix, but it ends up, like, just going in all kinds of places. Anyway, Lucky Man was a single from that. Drugs Don't Work. I remember putting this, my friend Sherry in high school, I put The Drugs Don't Work on, I think, a mix of hers, and I think she was concerned that I was on drugs. It's been like an inside joke for a while, but I'm okay. But yeah, British band. One of the best music videos of all time was Bittersweet Symphony. I don't think they made any money from that song because of the some issue with the rights to, like, the classical violin or strings that you can hear in the song throughout. They didn't get the rights, and feel bad for those dudes. All right, number 10, Chemical Brothers. Album is Dig Your Own Hole. I have loved the Chemical Brothers since this album came out, and I just never stopped loving them. Block Rockin' Beats leads this off. This is my favorite techno electronic band, whatever you want to call them. It's just I don't want to say I was obsessed, but this definitely got me to, like, start doing weird dancing, which is just a weird sentence to say out loud. I wanted a pair of yellow sunglasses like you wouldn't believe, but I had very limited places to buy them, and I could not find them. Because I forget which one, one of the guys in the Chemical Brothers, there's two guys, in the Block Rock and Beats music video, they are wearing the yellow sunglasses. I was like, that's awesome. All right. Noel Gallagher was on the song Setting Sun. It Doesn't Matter is a fun song. Where Do I Begin is the name of a song, not me like just talking into the void. Although there's a song called Lost in the K-Hole, which reminds me of talking into the void. I use the song Block Rock and Beats. I remember my JV basketball coach, allowed me to pick the intro music one day, and I used Block Rock and Beats to come out, our team to come out to, and I think we got beat like a drum, but I was very happy. All right, number 9, I've got Nick Cave, and the album is Boatman's Call. Let's see, Into My Arms is just an all-time song. People Ain't No Good, Are You the One That I've Been Waiting For is really good. Black Hair is a great album. Great song. Green Eyes. A lot of body parts mentioned in these songs. Nick Cave is just one of my all-timers. And I like both sides of Nick Cave. I like the crazy, aggressive one, and I like the, subdued, sorrowful one. If I had to choose, I probably like the subdued one more. I am just not into, heavy music these days. I work out to it, but that's about it. All right, number 8 is Portishead, their self-titled album, their second album. Big songs on here: Cowboys, All Mine, Morning Air, and Only You. And I absolutely love the lead singer, Beth Gibbons. Her voice is just really haunting, and I've mentioned it before, this is trip-hop, and there's just a special place in my heart for trip-hop. By the way, this year, 97, was tough. One of my best years. It has my absolute favorite album of all time, which we'll get to, obviously, when we get closer to number 1. I think it has my second favorite album of all time. Yeah, 97 was a huge year. I didn't really go into that in the beginning, but 97, Dios mío, what a year. All right. Number 7 is the band Spiritualized. Album is Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space. I remember hearing this song, Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space, for the first time at my grandparents' house. They had a computer and internet, and I remember, where did I hear it? I might have gone to billboard.com or something to try to hear the song, because I'd heard about it. This is how it was back then. I didn't have the money to just go buy an album willy-nilly, and I'd heard about it, and then I finally got to listen to it, and it's honestly one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just got a little sweet, it's like a perfect song. I'm just going to put it that way. It's a perfect song. It's probably 3 minutes, and it really does feel like you're just, just floating in space. All right, they nailed it. Come Together is a kind of crazy guitar song. I Think I'm in Love is nice and sweet. This album's kind of, I won't say all over the place, but it's their best album to me by far. They got a little gospel-y after this. Before this, they were probably more experimental, druggy music. It's just an interesting, so it leads off with Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space, perfect pop song. It's a little guitar-y there, and then Stay With Me is just this really sweet song. And then it ends with 2 crazy songs. Cool Waves, which is more gospel, but it's a long, long song. And then Cop Shoot Cop, I think, is an even longer song. I want to say it's 12 minutes, maybe more. But it's just got this beat, and it just keeps going. It's Cop Shoot Cop, I believe. Anyway, it's just like this kind of epic. I don't even know how to describe that song. So maybe I won't. Maybe you should just go give it a listen. But just outright amazing album. Just quite an achievement. It's number 7 on here, which is nuts. All right, number 6. I do remember buying this album. It's with my friend Matt Bliss. And so the band is Blur. It's their self-titled album, Blur. This is when they supposedly became Americanized. And I love, I think, every song on this album. I listed, so Beetle Bum, I'm pretty sure was the first single. Didn't do a whole lot. Song 2 is the one that just made this album go crazy. That's the Woohoo song, as people know. Country Sad Ballad Man was my favorite for a while. This definitely has like a David Bowie feel to it in certain spots. You're So Great is like I was gonna use great again. Just like an incredibly simple love song. Just kind of an acoustic thing. Death of a Party is awesome song. I'm Just a Killer for Your Love. Probably my favorite song now. It's, I don't know, there's a lot of genres kind of smushed in here. And I absolutely love it. It's just such a unique album. I don't know anyone else who has an album like this, to be honest. It's kind of they're doing their own thing. They've got like a little, I don't want to call it punk per se, but song 2 has kind of punky energy, and it's got like kind of Beatles energy. It's got like some country stuff going on. It's got some like mood music, like reminds me of like some kind of 70s retro music. It's got like a spoken word thing, which is Essex Dogs, which I adore that song. Strange News from Another Star sounds just like David Bowie. And yeah, it's just like just a crazy album. I'd love to see a making of documentary for that one, but very, very cool. All right, number 5. The top, I don't know, the whole list is pretty impressive. Number 5, Modest Mouse. Album is Lonesome Crowded West. This album was just, I absolutely adored this album. My friend Lindsay, it's probably one of her favorites of all time. I was shocked it was at number 5, but it's just a tough year. And I don't go back to this one as much as I used to, just because I'm, in my relaxed music years. But Teeth Like God's Shoeshine is awesome. Heart Cook's Brain lyrically the whole thing is great. Jesus Christ Was an Only Child is just an incredible title. Cowboy Dan is the one that I got introduced to this album on, and it's great. Trailer Trash is a lot of fun. I do remember putting that on a mix for my friend Lindsay back when I was in college, and I think she was offended, because I want to say I put another, or maybe I didn't. I take it back. I put a Johnny Cash song called Country Trash on there, and I think she was like, thanks. It's like, no, I didn't. I'm not saying you're trash. It was just anyway. Long Distance Drunk is a lot of fun to sing. Polar Opposites is great. Bankrupt on Selling, also great. And Styrofoam Boots, great. Great. But Modest Mouse, if you've never listened, this would be probably my one to start with. It's just like it's a classic album. It's a long album, but it's just, I don't know, if you can get into this one, then the rest of it's pretty easy. Either this or Building Something Out of Nothing, which probably turned into my favorite album of theirs. It's a little more palatable, if you want to go that route. Anyway, can't go wrong. So, number 4 is Bjork. She is one of a kind. Album is Homogenic. And this was, I think, the first Bjork album I ever got. And the whole thing is, there's only, I want to say 9 songs, maybe 10. But I knew about Bjork for a while. I never actually got an album until I got this one. And this one is just, I don't know, it's like a futuristic album. I don't know, her range is like off the charts in this. She doesn't go too crazy like she does in some of her earlier stuff. But just the music itself is, in my opinion, probably the strongest. Sometimes she gets a little quirky in her earlier albums, and this one to me seemed like she was grown up, and I don't know, I think maybe this had happened after a divorce, because I know I want to say maybe it's Immature, and maybe 5 years, kind of, she's a little angry. All Is Full of Love is like a classic. Alarm Call is kind of a techno dancey one. I can't remember which one's my favorite. It might be 5 years or Immature. Anyway. Also, don't think I've heard anything else like that. So, highly recommend that one. Number 3 is Yola Tango. The album is I Can Hear the Heart Beating as One. This album definitely grew on me. It had Stockholm Syndrome. It's got some songs on there. And I know I've maybe said a few of these songs are perfect. Like, they're just perfect songs. Stockholm Syndrome and Autumn Sweater are like two of the most perfect little morsels you've ever heard. My Little Corner of the World is just the cutest little song you've ever heard. Damage is great. Shadows, like, it's just it's certainly a fall album. Actually, it's a good time for this album to go on. I don't really go on rides around town, but if I were, I would put this album on, windows down, nice weather, and just like hit on hipster chicks. JK. I think my friend Jeannie really likes this album as well. Number 2 is is this interesting? Number 2 is my second favorite for 97, and also second favorite of all time. Number 1, favorite of 97, and favorite of all time. So, Yola Tango is in, I think this album's in my top 20 or top 25. All of these, actually, yeah. Modest Mouse, I don't know if that one made my top 100. It probably should have. Blur made the top 100. Spiritualized, I don't know if that one did. A lot of them, if they didn't make it, were like considered. So anyway, number 2, Elliott Smith. Album is called Either Or. This is his best album. This is absolutely flawless. I have listened to this a billion times. It's one of probably the most, like, the prettiest, most, I can't say most haunting, but just like the most beautiful little album I've ever heard. I absolutely love this dude. Unfortunately, he is dead. All the songs, Between the Bars is a big one. They're all big, like Pictures of Me, Alameda, Speed Trials, whatever. I could just name them all. I don't need to. The entire album. I would, if there was an album that I would just say, just listen, give it 2 listens. Maybe the first one you don't catch some stuff. You got to really kind of listen to what he's saying. But his voice, the guitar playing, it doesn't get better than that. All right, number 1, Radiohead. OK Computer is the album. Not a lot of surprises here. I don't need to go through the lyrics. I talked about this on my top 100. I don't think too much, but this one's just my favorite of all time. It changed the game for me. And 97, great year. All right, so those are my top 15. I'm going to do something a little bit different because some of my categories, I'm just like, what are we doing? So I'm going to go over the shout-outs. These are the albums I didn't make my top 15, but I thought at least deserve some kind of mention. And then we'll go through the categories quickly, and some of them I'll probably just skip over. And then some of them I'll include. So, all right. So shout-outs, I've got Built to Spill, Perfect From Now On. They are an indie band. They are very clever. Doug Marsh, I believe, is the lead guy. Awesome guitarist. And this album's great. It's not my favorite of theirs, but this is Perfect from Now On. I think this is the one with like a lot of like 5 to 7 minute songs. And it's probably 8 or 9 songs as well on the album, but just really, 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 really good. Just really good. Okay. If you like kind of like indie guitar, but also classical stuff, I say more like classic rock-ish, and clever lyrics, then this band is going to scratch every itch you have. All right. Missy Elliott, Super Duper Fly. I've never owned this album, but she seems just like a lot of fun. And that song, The Rain, was crazy at this time. I've also got Erykah Badu, Baduism. Also did not download this, but I enjoy her. She seems chill. Mogwai, Young Team. The artist is Mogwai, album is Young Team. This one's great. I did not make my top 100. This is post-rock, which is a genre that I really, really got into there for a while. This one has like some cool kind of stereo tricks where it'll like, I forgot what song it is, but there's it plays it on both sides of the speaker and it kind of goes back and forth, but just they're Scottish. I did see them live. You know what? I didn't. Oh, maybe. You know what I saw? I didn't mention it. Sorry. The 14th artist, Murdy City Devils, is the first band I actually saw live that I wanted to see. So I don't think I saw anyone else live. I saw Modest Mouse live, not Bjork, and saw Radiohead a couple times. All right. What else? Shout-outs. I've got Steve Earle, El Corazon. This one's really good. I still probably haven't given it its due. But he's like I think he used to be like a drug addict or something. But just kind of some real straight down the middle, I guess you'd call it rock, but good stuff. Ben Folds 5, Forever and Ever, Amen. Just a fun album. Definitely listened to it more back then than I do now, but has the song Brick on there, which was just an incredible song. Probably the biggest song about abortion that you can think of. Whiskey Town album is Stranger's Almanac, and I think that has Excuse Me If I Break My Own Heart Tonight on it. Great album. This was, I think, the first one that got them going. That's Ryan Adams' band, and the one after this, Pneumonia, is the one that really, I would say, is their best. Okay, Silverchair, their second album, Freak Show. I do remember listening to this way too much. Big Silverchair fan, really loved the first album. And I do remember this one quite a bit. Looking back, it's kind of like, it's a little immature. Like, I'm a freak of nature. It's a little silly, but at the time, loved it. All right, Natalie Bruglia, Left of Middle. I think she's the one that has that song Torn, which is like a perfect little pop song. Nothing at all, you're a little late. She might have disappeared after that. I think she made her money and said, peace out. Good for her. After that, I've got Godspeed You Black Emperor. The album is F $A$. I forgot what that means, but all their albums are probably 3 or 4 songs at the most. This one's no different. I can't remember what song it has on it, but they are another post-rock band that I am a big fan of. Really, the one Hold Your Hands Like Antennas to the Sky, I think is the name of the album. Came out after this. That's my favorite of theirs. But honestly, kind of all of theirs, like their first 3 or 4 are really, really good. All right, after that, I've got Pavement, Brighten the Corners. That one, I cannot remember what song. Oh, that one's a fun album. I think it's got the one about We Are Underused, and it's just a lot of fun songs on there. Not like the deepest album. You're probably not going to, learn about life from this, but it is a lot of fun. After that, I have Mace, Harlem World. This album is just, it still hits today. I was playing the ever-loving shit out of this album back in the day. I know my friend Matt Bliss used to love it. Sherman loved it. I think maybe Matt Tucker loved it, but like this dude was it for us back in. He could just do no wrong. He's kind of he was like a one album wonder. I don't think he did too much after this. But this one is just an awesome, awesome song or album. Still fun to put on. U2's album Pop was also on this list. It's not that good. I do remember buying this album. I think it was the first one I bought of theirs because I really liked that Staring at the Sun song. But ultimately, this is, I would say, one of their worst albums. I don't know what they're doing. They're trying to be more clever. I don't know. I don't really have too many excuses for them, but like they've had a great career, but they lost sight of the vision on this one. All right. And after that, I've got Oasis, Be Here Now. This, I would say, is the beginning of the downfall, beginning of the end for this band. Oasis was one of my favorite bands at this time, and then this came out, and it was just kind of bloated, and it's like 70 minutes long, and it's just not as good. After that, it was a lot. After that, I've got Stereophonics. Album is Word Gets Around. I was really into this band. They have got a song called Traffic that was on the radio that I only could hear every now and then, and I absolutely loved it. And I think this is an album that I had my dad drive around all the record shops, and we could not find it to save our lives. And finally either found it or had to order it online. But, yeah, that was a fun one. After that, we're almost done. Foo Fighters, Color and the Shape. This is their best album to me. Has probably their best song, Everlong, on it. It's just a fun album. I kind of resisted the Foo Fighters for a little while, partially because the name is just weird. And then, I don't know, like the first album was fine. I like the singles. This one all the way through is good. It's, kind of standard fare alternative rock. It's nothing that's out of this world except for Everlong, which is just undeniable. And then lastly, I've got Our Lady Peace. The album is Clumsy. This one, I think they're Canadian. This one still hits for me. The single Superman's Dead, I think I would call the radio station to request it. Yeah, we had radio. Like, that's how I found out about stuff, pretty much, was from the radio. And Superman's Dead was a huge song for me. All right. Most Listen, Don't Care. Audible Pump Award, I've got Prodigy, Rollins Band, Promise Ring. The album Nothing Feels Good. Surprised that didn't make my list. I like the one, Very Emergency, after that was the one that I actually ended up buying. But Promise Ring, emo band, really, really good. All right, Freak Off Award, this one deserves mention. So Portishead is always going to be on there. Janet Jackson, The Velvet Rope. I got a special place in my heart for Janet. I did make a joke. I put Sarah McLachlan, but I put Lesbians Only. I was feeling myself on this day. And then Puff Daddy, No Way Out. And I said Only After Midnight because I thought that was funny. All right, let's skip those. Best dinner music. Once again, I put Luna. They've got a album called Pup Tent. Luna is just the ultimate dinner band, as well as Thievery Corporation. Album is Sounds from the Thievery Corporation. Very original. But they are... I guess you would call them like electronic. It's incredible background music. I have a lot of it on my my work mix that I play. Right. So Dance, Mofo Dance. I've got Mace, Prodigy and Chemical Brothers, and then Daft Punk as well. Their album Homework. Late Night, Early Morning. Elliott Smith is the number one draft pick for that. Skip that one. Oh, What the F Was I Thinking? Or Guilty Pleasure. And I'm going to go with Marcy's Playground. The album, I didn't even bother to write it down. It might be self-titled. And I just, not that long ago, back in July, saw my friend Farhood, who I hadn't seen since I was a little thing. And somehow he mentioned them. I don't remember why, but it was funny. And Marcy's Playground is definitely one of those, like, guys, what were we thinking? Why did I get this album for Christmas? It's not good. One hit wonder. I've got Marcy's Playground. The song is Sex and Candy, and the rest of the album sucks. And even that song is pretty basic. I saw it on, I think on Instagram, this whatever you want to call it, this profile or account. It's called reels.grunge, and they showed Marcy's Playground, and I could just see, like, it's not a difficult song at all. But the guy has a cool voice, and it's simple enough. All right. Grower Not a Shower Award. I've got Yola Tango. And I kind of just said everything. I really like the singles that were on that. And then as I started listening to it more, because it's kind of a long album, I started realizing, like, oh, like, every song on here is really incredible. Definitely a different, like, a very diverse album as well. Seems to be a theme on this 97 year. Forever in the Queue, I've got Janet Jackson, The Velvet Rope, as well as Cornelius. I didn't even write down the name of the album. It might be Phantasma. I might be wrong. All right. My top 5 singles of the year, I've got Radiohead, Paranoid Android. After that, number 2, Elliott Smith, Between the Bars. Number 3, Spiritualized, Ladies and Gentlemen, We're Floating in Space. Number 4, Yola Tango, Autumn Sweater. Number 5, Nick Cave, Into My Arms. Incredible year. Like, just incredible year. Those are all perfect songs. Cash Rules Everything Around Me. So the top, wow, some of these numbers are nuts. Top 5 selling albums for that year. Shania Twain, Come On Over, 40 million. Celine Dion, Let's Talk About Love, 30 million. The Titanic soundtrack, 30 million. Andrea Bocelli, 20 million. And then Aqua, 14 million. And this is why, folks, when people say, well, they sold so many albums, they have to be considered one of the greats. And I'm like, I can point at this year and say Aqua sold 14 million albums off the song Barbie Girl, which goes, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. 14 million people said, I need to keep listening to that song. Top 5 singles of that year, Elton John, Candle in the Wind. This must have been when Old Lady Di died. Number 2, Jewel, You Were Meant for Me. That one, also great. Puff Daddy, I'll Be Missing You. Wow, a lot of death songs. I think that was about Notorious B.I.G. Elton John was about Princess Diana. Number 4, Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart. Wow, we were in our feels this year. That song is very good. And then number 5, Puff Daddy, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down. That song probably has not aged well. And then I've got my last category, He's Just Not That Into You. I've got Usher, My Way. I'm just not a fan. Sorry. Common, One Day It All Makes Sense. And that was it. I'm just not. I bought a Common album, and he's fine. That's kind of where I stand on that. He's fine. And that's 97 for me. One of my favorite years of all time. And has just some of my favorite albums, some of my favorite songs. So that is it. Thank you for listening.